Back to my channel. As you can see by the title of this video, we're gonna ask my husband some questions, some little dad questions that I kind of got from out of 2 YouTubers. So I got this idea and I was like, oh my god, this idea is so awesome to try with. You guys should try it too with all the dads out there. You guys should totally try it with your husbands, with your boyfriends, with your baby daddies, or whatever. If you're cool with your baby daddies. Sorry, my daughter's right behind, so if you hear her,
she's excited.
She's excited. Yeah, she wants to be part of the video. But yeah, I just wanted to Amaya. I just wanted to say Happy New Year's, guys. The video I uploaded before this video was a pre-recorded video, so that's why I didn't really have an intro or I didn't say Happy New Year's. But I just wanted to say Happy New Year's. We're finally back. Yeah, we're back in action. I think that's one of my New Year's resolutions. Start recording for this YouTube
and our channel,
our channel too. If you guys haven't followed us, go do so. It's the Tea Life. Yeah, so excited! So yeah, so I'm gonna leave it down in the description box below. But let's get started with this video. You ready?
Yeah. I know Marla said she was gonna ask me a bunch of questions about me being a dad and my thoughts of being a dad. I don't know what the questions are, so I'm excited to answer them. And I'm gonna answer them as much as I can and
as sincere as possible.
Yeah. So.
Please.
And if you hear my dogs, I just took off their leashes so they can not make any noise, and that's probably why my daughter's yelling, because she gets excited every time she sees the dogs.
And literally every time we start vlogging or recording, my kids start going crazy. The dogs start fighting for no reason. They're fighting right now and they're just growling.
No, they're playing tug of
war with this freaking toy. They always do this every time we turn on the camera. So if you hear them, or if you hear my daughter, you hear my kids, you hear that?
That's the dog.
That's a dog. You hear my son? He's crying. So
always
when we start turning on the camera, when we turn on the ring light, it will start. So we're gonna start by the first question is, how is dad life treating you so far?
Well, I love being a dad, and I've never, like, I can't complain because it's part of who I am and what I do. Like, I'm a dad for life, and it's gonna be for the rest of my life. Even after death, I'll always be known as a father. But
how is like dad life treating you so far? Like, do you like being a dad? Like, is it cool? Is it enjoyable now than before? Or
it's always been amazing. Like, I can't never say that I suck being a father. Then you're not a good father. Like, I love being a dad, and you know what it is? It motivates me to do more. It motivates me to do better. Like, I achieved where I want to be at because of my kids and my family. Like,
he got out of the military when his contract ended, but for his kids.
Yeah, I wanted to get out because I wanted to do more than what I could do in the military. And I was like, I have that passion, I have that mindset. I just didn't have enough motivation for it. And I had Jeremy. So Jeremy for me was a huge push. It was like, nah, you gotta do something better.
Yeah.
And like every kid that I have pushes me further and further to do better and more and more.
Amaya definitely gave you that big ass push. Right?
Yeah, like this year is the year that I'm pushing myself to the max. Like I'm gonna get where I want to get at.
As we're recording this video, we're watching the
inauguration, and right now is
the inauguration concert.
Yeah, today's the concert.
Yeah. So. Happy inauguration day. We got a new president. Just wanted to like put that in there. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, USA.
So anyways, the second question is, were the pregnancies planned? Were the pregnancies planned for you? For you, because for me it's a different thing. Let's see your answer.
Listen, if you're having sex without a condom, you kind of you're planning or expecting pregnancy. So
you're playing with fire.
You're playing with fire. So when you play with fire, get expected to get burned. But in this case, it's not that it hurts. It's a burning that hurt. It's gonna happen.
Was your first pregnancy planned? Was our first pregnancy?
So we tried a lot with Jeremy. With the first pregnancy, we tried having a baby, and for some reason it just wasn't the right time. And then out of nowhere, boom, Marla was pregnant. And
but why?
Because you had PCOS. Marla had you had PCOS. That's probably why. Well, that is why. I remember the doctors telling you that you can't have kids or something like that, and I'm like, that's bullshit. So, boom,
so Jeremy was planned.
Jackson?
Okay, for me, I know this is a dad's Q&A, but for me, all my kids were planned. All of them.
Marla got me drunk.
No, no. The second one, my beautiful boy, Jackson, we knew what we were doing. And I wanted one. I was just like, let's have another one. And Jeffrey was just like, no, I don't want to have another baby right now, and I just had a baby like what, 6? Well, no, not even. I got pregnant at 4 months after giving birth to Jeremy.
Yeah, playing with fire. Like
so Jeffrey was just like, no, I don't want another baby, and I was just like, yo, I want another baby. I don't know why. Like I just miss being pregnant. And so yeah, so he was planned.
Yeah, it wasn't for me. It wasn't planned.
It just happened. He's a little beautiful surprise.
And then Amaya
was planned.
Amaya was like, yo, La Nina. Like everybody kept.
Yeah,
like,
everybody was like speaking into existence.
And I'm like,
oh, go for the girl. Go for the girl. You already have the boys. Like just get it over it. And Jeffrey was just like, no. And then
they told me the trick about not wearing socks and stuff like that. I'm just kidding. So yeah, Amaya. So you could say they are planned, but they weren't planned. But they're planned, but they weren't.
They're planned as a surprise.
Yeah, you can say that.
Amaya was planned. All of my kids are planned.
I always said my 20s, I want to have kids when I'm young.
So let's have one more. You have 1 more year.
Nah, bro, I'm good. So in my 20s, I want to have kids. In my 30s, I want to raise my kids. I want to,
enjoy them.
In my 40s, I want to party with them. I want to drink with them. I want to travel with them.
Drink with them.
Hell yeah. They're in their 18, 19, 20 when I'm in like my mid 40s.
We're gonna be young parents.
We're gonna be young parents. Lit. Like I want to drink with my kids' friends. Like, yo, we want to have fun, have a party, good time. I want to be those cool ass parents that.
So you want to plan one more?
Nah, you're good. Sorry, not this guy. Not me. Sorry.
That's it. 3 is enough.
3 is enough.
Okay, so the third question. I have all my. If you see me like looking at the questions, because I have a notebook here. But which pregnancy was the hardest for you? Well, my pregnancy, but.
So there's 2 that was like the hardest. Like I could definitely say that the first one was very hard because there was always multiple scares. We always went to the hospital because. Marla's first pregnancy, she was delicate, she had PCOS, so she had other issues.
I have a messed up uterus.
And her uterus was messed up. But, these are things that, for me, it was hard because, one, you never, like, when you're your first kid, you're never prepared. Like,
you're never prepared for any kid.
For any kid, you're not. I wasn't there mentally, like, oh, shoot, I'm going to be a dad. Like, it didn't happen until when my kid was born. He was in the NICU, we were going back and forth.
He was premature.
So that was, I got to say, that for me was, like, the hardest. Jeremy, and it was Amaya, because you had sciatica with Amaya a lot, and that was... But that was towards the end of it.
Oh my god,
But I know I had sciatica on my leg, so I know what that feeling is like.
So Jeremy's was the hardest. Why? Because he was in the military. He didn't really enjoy my pregnancy, and I had to move back to New York City. He didn't really enjoy me for like just 1 month. When I came back.
Like 3 months. I was in Kentucky for 3 months.
No, I'm saying that you only enjoyed my big belly for only a month because I gave birth. Once I came back to Texas, I gave birth. Literally, I went into labor because I was already having contractions back in New York, and I was like, what the hell's going on? When he saw my belly when it was tiny, and then once I was 7 months, he saw me. So he didn't really enjoy it.
Less than a month, Marla gave birth.
So he didn't really enjoy my pregnancy, so that was kind of hard for him mentally. And the second one was all right. Like it was a smooth pregnancy, but I still had to get injections because I had a high risk pregnancy.
Yep.
But it was a smooth pregnancy, right?
Yep.
It was the most beautiful pregnancy.
Like
Amaya was the worst.
At the end, you had sciatica.
Oh my, no, I had sciatica since I was 17 weeks.
Really?
Yeah, you just weren't there.
That's true.
But he moved back to Virginia.
I moved to Virginia first in order for me to bring the family later on and get settled. And
then it was during the coronavirus when it first started, so we were in lockdown and he did not see me at all. But he was there most of the pregnancy. It was just like those 3 months that you weren't there.
Yeah, 3 months, yeah.
3 months that you weren't there, but oh my god, the last month was the hardest. Like Jeffrey had to literally wake up every hour to pick me up and get me out to pee because I couldn't walk, I couldn't sit, I couldn't lay.
Yeah, and you know what? After I had my VSG surgery, I had sciatica on my leg, and it was the worst pain. And then the doctor told me like, oh, that's what sciatica is, and I'm like, holy crap! Like my wife went through that. That shit is painful.
Painful, man.
So I could definitely say it was the first and the last one. The last
one was the worst one.
Yeah.
Top one. That comes down to the fourth question, which is which labor and delivery was the hardest to witness?
Definitely the hardest was Jeremy, because Jeremy, one, he was premature. He had to stay in the NICU for about a month and a half. So we were going back and forth from the house to the hospital, And we were
young too. What if he's like, what's his survival rate? Like we were just like so.
Yeah, there was a lot going on, and it was unexpected. Like
it was 38 hours of labor.
Yeah.
So for him, like what was it like you watching me in labor for 38 hours? Because I didn't get
medicine for like 12 hours. And I tried to be as positive as I could. most of my friends are most of the soldiers in my unit are friends now. They came to see Marla. My supervisors at the time came to see Marla. Like, it was, I had the support, and I had, like, my first sergeant was like, no. Back then he was like, no, you're gonna stay with your wife. I don't care if they call you back and somebody, you know, messed up on paperwork and they said I had to come back. It was a whole mess. And it was like, Marla went into labor and I called Marla's mother, was like, hey, that's it, Marla's going to the doctor.
The next day.
Yo, she booked a flight within that same, like,
minute.
within that same 30-minute span, and the flight was that night into the morning, or it was the next day, morning. Arriving at 12 in the afternoon. And so I picked her up at the airport. And like, I was like, I know you're hungry, let's go to this spot. She's like, I don't even want to eat. I just want to see my daughter. When she got to see her daughter, it was like crying. So she saw the whole thing.
Jeremy was the scariest and the longest and the hardest. And for me, answering that question for you too, he was alone in my third one. Like, we didn't have my mom support. All three of my kids, well, both my Jeremy and Jackson, my mom was there assisting with him, you know, in the delivery room. But this one, like the last one, he was there by himself. He didn't know what to do. He was like so scared, right? How did you feel? Well, do you think Amaya was very hard too, or? It
was hard because it was in the middle of a pandemic, and they didn't let me leave the room. There was nobody else. Nobody could visit us. Like, that was the only hard part. But besides that, I enjoyed Amaya's and Jackson's, you know, their labor and delivery the most. Jeremy was different because it was just like
scared.
You was scared, like you don't know what's gonna happen. Doctors don't even know what's gonna happen. They just
his
know
survival
that,
rate or anything. Like, we were so fucking paranoid.
You know, kid is not supposed to be born in 7 months. Like, that stuff doesn't happen. Although there are kids who are, you know, premature, but their survival rates are very low. Like, that's not good.
And I feel like you being, well, you were 22.
Yeah, I was young too. 22.
You were so young, and you know, experiencing, like, literally when I was about to give birth, like, literally 15 doctors, nurses, pediatricians,
and moving me out the way.
Like, he was like so scared. He's like, what the hell's going on? I remember his face clearly.
I was pale. I was like, wait.
He's like, wait, what's going on? Like, what the hell? And when he comes out, and like, they didn't even let me carry him, so I feel like that like kind of traumatized us.
Yeah, and like, I just saw all these cables attached to him, you know, feeding tube, help him breathe, and put him in a light for a while. Like, I couldn't hold my son. I could not touch him for like the first 36 hours and stuff. Like, for like, you know, for a couple days they don't let me touch him or anything. All
right, next question is, which kid has been the easiest and why?
So far it's been Jackson and Amaya have been the easiest, just because Jeremy has autism, so his is very difficult. He was premature, his development was very different.
He's kind of easy. He's just
you have to understand him.
Yeah, you gotta understand
us, we could be easy for us, but for anybody else, they can see Jeremy like, oh my god, I don't know how you do it. But see, Jeremy is a little different, and so for me, I could definitely say Amaya is pretty easy because I take care of Amaya now, and she's a baby still. But Jackson's pretty easy too because he eats anything. He loves fruits. He loves vegetables.
He likes hanging out with Daddy.
He likes hanging out with me too. So.
Ever since he was a baby.
Yeah. I
feel like the easiest for you is Jackson. Because Amaya is kind of difficult for you sometimes.
Just because Amaya, she breastfeeds, so I can't give her breast, of course. But she's fairly okay.
But like, let's say, all right, for like, so as baby-wise, who was the easiest? As baby-wise? Because before, you know.
Oh, Amaya is probably the easiest.
Really?
Jackson, he was just too needy, but he was very attached to me.
Yeah, Jackson was very needy. Yeah. He would cry. Oh my god.
Yeah, because he was whatever he says, and that's it.
And he's still like that.
And he's still like that.
He's a freaking Scorpio. But for me, I know I'm gonna say this all the time, but I love talking. So I know it's a dad Q&A, but I'm gonna answer it for me. I think Jeremy was the easiest baby, and the easiest kid so far for me.
No, not for me.
No? No. Amaya's, oh my god, Amaya doesn't even sleep. Girl, that's the reason why he's saying it's easy, because he doesn't sleep. He sleeps. I don't sleep.
Yeah, but she sleeps with me though. Like, I have a schedule when I take care of her here, and it works perfectly. And I don't mess up the schedule. I don't do anything crazy.
So why don't you do a schedule with her at night?
Because I don't give her the boob. Like, I don't breastfeed her. What I would do is make sure she eats before she goes to sleep, so she can knock out.
Jeremy was the easiest baby for me. Baby wise, easiest Jeremy. Kid wise, like now, Jackson's easiest. Amaya's still a baby, so we can't really tell. But
yeah, Jackson could say.
Jackson was the easiest kid. Yeah. So the next question is, did you know what to expect during your wife was in labor?
The first time, no. You don't know what to expect. Every pregnancy is different.
Every pregnancy and every labor.
Every pregnancy and labor is different. They're different doctors. Like, everything was different. So, did I know what to expect on the second? No, because the second was full term with Jackson. And the third, well, recently with Amaya. Yeah, with Amaya, I knew what to expect, but at the same time, because it was during a pandemic, like, I didn't know what to expect. I just know that it was very strict. We had to get tested. Like, it was a little different, but
we didn't know what to expect.
Yeah, for none of them you do. You don't. And just because we had different scenarios. With Jeremy's pretty mature. Jackson was the first time full normal labor, and then Amaya was during the pregnancy, so everything was different. So I can't really answer that question. But
one extra question that I want to give you: did you look?
All right, this is where things are a little different. So with Jeremy, they didn't even let me look because the whole procedure was delicate.
My mom saw everything though.
Yeah.
She was like, "Oh my God, what is that?"
Yeah.
And she's like, "What is that?" She's like, "Oh my God, that's a lip." And she comes, I see her little head, cause they had me up to here, cause the doctor was mad tall, and I see my mom's little head right there, and she's just like, "It's his lip. He's coming like this."
Oh yeah.
That's all I see from my mom, and Jeffrey's just like right next to me. He didn't see anything.
Yeah. Yeah, from Jeremy, I didn't see anything. And then for Jackson, I didn't want to see anything. I was like traumatized.
Traumatized.
I was like, nah, bro.
You know why? Why is that you were traumatized? The nurse dropped what?
She dropped the whole placenta. Like, she dropped the whole bag of blood on the floor, and I'm like it was like a bag just full of blood, and she just drops it. She's like, "Oh my God," and I'm like, "Nah, bro, that came out of you."
I'm never seeing that shit. The Lex baby, I'm not seeing it, but.
With Amaya, it was different because it was just me and Marla in the room, and it was during the pandemic, so nobody could be there, just me and her. And so with Amaya, I did, and she was my girl too, so I really wanted to see.
And then this is our last baby.
Yeah, and it's our last baby. No,
don't
do that.
I'm gonna go like this.
No,
I'm gonna kind of like persuade him to get one last.
No, bájate esa nube, please.
But yeah, since it's our last baby, he was like, "Nah, let me enjoy this. This is the last one. I'll never see it. I'll never see it again." So. Let me just like preview what they see, and he was just like,
yeah, but I got more attached.
No, he got more attached. After that, he was more attached to me too.
Yeah,
he was like, damn, yo.
It was an appreciation, more of an appreciation. So.
And he's like, Marla's coming. He's good. She's coming. She's coming.
Yeah,
I remember.
That's the princess.
How did you feel about your wife's body throughout pregnancy and postpartum? Like the body changes and stuff.
The only pregnancy I saw that like your transformation was Jackson. Because Amaya, you know, I was out here, but I saw your body transform with Jackson's pregnancy.
Why does she have a nasty ass wipe? I do not know.
She likes wipes.
She doesn't like toys. She likes wipes. Say hi, mama. Say hi, mama. Say hi, mama.
So I saw Marla's body change with Jackson.
And a little bit of Maya.
And a little bit of Maya, but I enjoyed more Jackson's because I saw her with her, and like. Postpartum wise, I think with Amaya how do you call that? Like you rebounded really fast to normal.
Like way too quick.
Yeah.
Like skinny.
And that's also because you were fully like breastfeeding. You were breastfeeding with Jackson, but you were also like on and off formula and breast.
No, but not only that, I took care of myself more with Amaya because I put my waist trainer, my faja on after labor. Like I didn't really take care of myself with Jeremy and Jackson.
Yeah, just because they're all different pregnancies and you knew more about each.
But how do you think about it? Like, you know, you saw me from like when we were 19, when we just got married, and I was so skinny, you know, with like C-cup boobs to like double D's, and from having a little butt to having like a weird butt.
Bubble butt.
Weird bubble butt in a way.
No, I just feel like...
Like I had a butt, but not that much of a butt. And like, you know, I went from weighing 130 to almost like with Jackson, I went to almost 200. I was like 190.
I mean, I guess the changes are normal. Like your body does change through pregnancy, and I appreciate that. And you, I don't know, to me you're beautiful, and I accept you like regardless, and I love you. That's fine. So, next question.
Love kiss. So cute. If I heard something else, I was gonna beat his ass up. So you passed the test. Oh man. So did you cry?
So I cried the most with Amaya.
But you did cry with all of them.
I did cry with all of them. With Jeremy, it was like I cried because of fear. Because I was very scared. I didn't know what was gonna happen. I didn't want to lose my baby. Like it was a lot going on.
And Jackson?
And Jackson, I cried because that was my boy.
You did cry.
I did cry, but I cried the most at Amaya though. Like,
oh my god, he didn't stop crying for like days. Literally, even editing our labor and delivery vlog, he would cry.
If you guys ever go to our family channel, you can see Marla's labor and delivery video, and you can also see like the first 24 hours and when we take her home.
And he cried.
Every time I watch those videos, like I cry.
He cried.
Because that's my princess. Like that's my baby. You know?
Yo, he literally cried so much for Maya even after. He still cries to this day.
Yeah, she's beautiful.
He cried for all of them. Like he said, like with Jeremy it was fear, and with Jackson it was just like, oh my god, yes, finally he's here. She's so cute. She's like, I know I'm daddy's princess. I know I'm daddy's princess.
Alright.
Where's the book?
Right here.
Alright. Well, this is more of an intimate, we're going into intimate questions. Did it make you nervous having sex after giving birth? After me giving birth? After
the first time, yes. You get very you get nervous because you don't know if you can you can hurt your spouse or you can hurt your significant other. And so with Marla was like, I don't know if it's pleasure or pain or like, you know, you're kind of nervous. But then after you get used to it, it's normal, and you see that she likes it and you like it and so on and so forth. But yes, the first time you do get nervous because you don't know when it's the right time.
But I think like after mine was harder because of
because you had issues with your stomach. So yeah. So I think Marla,
it does hurt. It does hurt. Would you have another baby?
No, I won't have a baby because you know what it is. I'm already at the age of like I'm about to hit my 30s, and for my 30s, I just want to watch my kids grow.
You don't want another one of this?
Nope.
Do you see this?
Nope.
No.
No, I don't want another.
Like, damn.
I want to actually enjoy my kids. With Jackson and Jeremy, it was a little hard enjoying both of them at the same time because they're both so close in age, and so now they help me with her, and so we all enjoy her, and I want it to be about her because she's the princess. So I don't want another kid. So for me, that's it.
With Jeremy, he was so tiny. Jeffrey worked. With Jackson, like he went to school. With this one, we got so lucky, and we're so appreciative now with COVID. Cause it's a bad thing that we have COVID, but it's a good thing because he got to enjoy Amaya like the whole time.
Like literally, I saw like the swing that we have for her. Like before we had to be so careful because she was too small for this swing. We don't know if it was too high. Now this girl likes to freaking flip around in her own swing, and she's trying to stand. The other day I caught her standing on her playpen, and I'm like, oh my god. Like I've been here for the past 9 months. I've been working, no, about 11 months now, working from home.
So now that you enjoy her,
and I watch her grow. No, I told you I'm not having another baby. I'm done. No more kids.
What if? Okay.
No what ifs.
What about adopting one?
Yes, I would definitely love to adopt. But I don't know why, but somehow in some way, adopting is almost nearly impossible.
No, like, you can never say never.
That's true. However, it's impossible for somebody who's not in our like middle class. We only hear people adopt children from forest, like what do you call that? From like your forest.
Foreign countries?
No, like not foreign countries, like from foster homes. You only see that stuff from people who are very wealthy. And so for me to think about that I'm able to do that, that'd be amazing.
We would need a lot of money to, my dream would be
we're not rich, we're just humble, normal people.
I would love to adopt a child from a foreign country.
Yeah,
maybe from our foreign country, like maybe Colombia or something.
Yeah, I would love to. That sounds amazing.
But
however,
we would need money.
We need money.
So that is something that we would
that option will always be available.
That option would always be available, but for us having another baby, I play around a lot, but I feel like Amaya is the end of of us having a baby, because honestly I do play around. I would love another baby. Trust me, I am all about odd and even numbers, and I love even numbers. I would love to have a fourth baby, but my body can't. And I think that's another reason why you wouldn't want to have another baby.
No, I can't. And for you to go through all that pain again, and it's just, the more kids you have, the more like of a risk it becomes. So it's just
for baby and mom. So
so it's not even.
I play around, but no, we're not having another baby.
Yeah, so
we're good with our 3 babies. Thoughts on postpartum? What's your thoughts on postpartum?
So Marla has dealt with postpartum for almost all the babies, and it's been
postpartum, obviously.
Well,
what do you mean, postpartum depression?
Yeah,
oh,
that's
so
what
say
that. So postpartum, when I think about postpartum, I think about postpartum depression, and they all, she's excited. They've all been different for every baby, and I think the hardest was definitely Jeremy's, because of his condition, being in a NICU and like not being able to be with him. And it was just the hardest was definitely with Jeremy.
The hardest postpartum was with Jeremy.
Yeah, and then with Amaya was not so much, but you was more of appreciative. Like you were very in a good mood all the time. You weren't depressed. Jackson, you were like, things were pretty bad with Jackson afterwards, but not as bad as Jeremy. Jeremy was probably the worst postpartum that you had.
Yeah, and then like I didn't know about postpartum depression and anxiety, so I think
now
postpartum depression is kind of harder now with Amaya though. So
like, you do get help, which is something that hasn't happened before in the past. Yeah. You do speak to a specialist, you do get help, you know, you do the right things, you do what you're supposed to do. So that's why it's smooth for you. You may think it's difficult, but the way I see it in my eyes, it's a lot easier with Amaya now.
So what about like, I mean, thoughts of postpartum, like, I mean, like the way that, you know, for like 6 weeks I have to take care of myself, or like, you know, the postpartum body, the mental health, all of it. Like, I'm just talking about postpartum in general.
Yeah. So I think the best
like,
one
do
so far.
Do you appreciate women more because of what they go through?
Oh yeah, like, of course, hands down. I appreciate mothers and women now after postpartum, like your postpartum with Amaya, because I see you grow as a mother, especially as a mother. Like, you start doing things like introducing vegetables. Like, that's something big, but it's not something. It's
small, but something big.
Exactly. Yeah.
And how about like seeing, like, you already answered the question about like my postpartum body, but it's just like.
Yeah, it's just amazing how you can just like, it's like a rubber band. You expand it and it goes right back to normal how it was. Yeah. So.
And the way that we have to take care of ourselves, and all these like old wives' tales where if you come out with a sweater, Jeffrey had me wearing sweaters. He's like, you gotta listen to your mom. You have to wear your sweater. Your tits are gonna dry.
You know what it is, that my mother-in-law has me like
paranoid.
Like, yo, if something happens to my daughter, I'm gonna kill you, bro. I'm like, yo, bro.
So my mom's like, you better have her wear a sweater. You better not have her drink some cold things. So the last question is, what advice can you give to future dads, to current dads, or just dads in general?
So one of the things that like what I did with Amaya, I added myself on Facebook groups like dads for like dad groups, and you learn so much about who you are as a father and what other fathers do, and you kind of discuss about things that, you know, they go through as fathers. So it's like, one of the things I advise you guys is open up your mindset and understand that the way you were raised was good. However, you're gonna do even a better job. So it's like, I give my kids everything, but it comes at a price. Like, they have to be respectful. They have to say hello. They have to say goodbye. Like, little things, everything counts. So, like I said, one of my advice, it would be have patience. Patience, and understand yourself and you understand your kid. Everyone has their own character, and my kids each of them, all three of them, are very different from one another. And I don't love one more than the other. I love them equally. And so I appreciate them equally the same. They're all very different. I don't like when Jackson fights with his brother, or when his brother fights with him, or when he's rude to his sister, or when his sister's rude to him. I don't like that stuff. So
I like that stuff, but I like that stuff.
No, I don't appreciate that. So what I do is that I am very patient. So that's one of the things I could do. Be patient and add yourself to dad groups. And another big thing is always appreciate women and appreciate moms, because
you are who you are because that you're having a baby with. Because I see these baby daddies like talk so much crap about their baby dad, about their baby mom.
And that's the thing too, like, if you have a kid with somebody and things don't work out, you should always appreciate them regardless of how bad the relationship went. Because at the end of the day, that is the mother of your child. That is the most important person to your child besides yourself. So always respect one another and appreciate women and appreciate mothers. So I'm gonna let you finish. I do love you, and I'm gonna let you finish your video. And guys, you're more than welcome to follow our family channel at T Life, and you can follow us on social media. Marla has Twitter. I don't use Twitter. However, you can follow me on Instagram.
On Twitter.
You can follow me on Instagram and Facebook. And with that being said, thank you guys, and it's a pleasure meeting you all.
Aw, thank you, honey, for being in my channel. Thank you in my videos.
No problem.
I really appreciate doing this video, because not a lot of people give appreciation to dads out there. You know, it's not all about the mom. It's the dads too.
It's a team effort. It's a team thing. Like, my kids are very smart and spoiled as hell, and we are who we are, and we have what we are because
my kids are who they are because of us.
Yeah.
So with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you guys in the next video. Bye. He's so cute.